Hello, everybody. NC4XL, North Carolina for extreme lovers. I'm not. Okay, let's see. I want to address an email that I received from a him or her. And some of it was valid, but in my opinion, and not that any of my opinions are worthy of anything, I would like to feel I have some experience that I can share so that we all maybe can work a little bit better together and understand. This individual says that they have activated. So it's not that they don't have experience. But let's talk about that experience a moment. Activators. My biggest failure, me, myself, and I, biggest failure is when I get in such a hurry to get my park activated or to get on that Rove and haul butt to the next park, that when I see you spotted, I jump in and say, park to park, park to park. That is a bunch of baloney. Now, let me change that. Park to park, NC4XL, park to park. That's what I want to share. I'm guilty, so I'm not saying that I don't screw up. I screw up every day, and every time, the first time it comes out of my mouth, I remember how would I want to be handled. Now let's go into it a little deeper. That activator, and that includes me, has 25 people. I don't know why I picked 25. It sounded a good number, hollering all at once. So I'm hearing partials. Some of us activators do loudest wins all the time. So they go to the loudest. Some go by numbers. Some go like I do. They take a list, partial list. One of the things that we have to remember is all activators are different. And you hunters, I'm not through with you. I want to share some things too. We're not running a nice little outfit in a cabin 99% of the times. We're sitting out in the elements under the blistering sun. We found a tree to put the antenna on. The bathroom doesn't exist where we're at. The tail numbers on the critters flying by and landing on us are large enough we don't need our glasses to see them. Oh, we sweat a little bit. We're starting to smell, and now the animals are coming around to see what that is in the neighborhood. We have a lot of things as activators that I'm sorry to say a lot of hunters don't realize because they've never hunted, they've never activated before. They've always been at home, had their rotatable antenna array, or had their switch they could kick up if they needed from 200 to 500 to a kW. They have their bathrooms there. I'm not complaining. Those are nice, beautiful things. But hunters, I don't get anything if you're not there. But if I'm not there, you're not getting anything either. You're not having the fun of chasing, to working for achievements, to having friendly conversations, not Geritol meetings, okay? As an activator, I promise that I will continue to do my best and promote the activators to educate themselves some to the point that they do this. Park to parks only, please. QRP only, please. QRP. And when that activator is calling for that, if you haven't turned your power down, don't key up. Hunter, don't key up. If that activator says Juliet Romeo and you are a Sierra X-ray and you say NC4 Sierra X-ray and I ask for Juliet Romeo, don't mind my tone gesture for being a little frazzled because I didn't ask for your call sign. I was asking for a specific. Hunters, again, 25 people all at once. We're picking out what we can, not you can. You can't hear everybody. But we have everybody who wants to hear us. So please, if you would, hunters, give some respect and courtesy to the activators. And this is the hard part, to operate their style, the way they operate, not the way I operate, not the way James operates or Miss Carrie operates or Steve operates or Brian operates. See, all of us do it different. You as a hunter, this is where you come into learning us, learning how to get into our pileups. I'm going to brag on a couple people. They know exactly how to get into my pileup. He's QRP, KN8, Papa Yankee. I wouldn't do it. I ain't got what it takes to do QRP. That's not my cup of tea, but I respect them. So I'm going to ask for QRP stations because they're already fighting an element. Okay, guys and gals with your big KWs and so forth. Some of those people, that's the style they like to operate. Or that's all they can afford, or they were given a radio that's QRP. But they should not be slighted because of you wanted to be in the front of the line. You'll hear me call QRP. Whiskey 2, Victor Delta Zulu, 4 whiskeys. And you know what? I know he's running QRP. It's not, he's just doing it to get into the log because he's a very respectful gentleman. And he's not going to tell you he's doing one thing and doing another. And that's what we as activators learn about our hunters. That's you on the other end. How you operate with us goes a long way. Many of us, I know you by name. I know you by your voice characteristic. That's why it's so easy for me to take a long list in a pileup, because my mind is already triggered who might call, the audio characteristic of that voice, and I just put VD, VZ, Sierra Alpha Delta, Romeo Juliet Delta. I put what I know is going to trigger my mind because I'm not doing it on a laptop. And there's nothing wrong with doing it on a laptop. My eyes suck. That's why I don't do it on a little device where I got to hunt and peck and look for a little. I can write sloppy all I want and spill coffee on it, and it works for me because that's what I'm used to. You have a lot of new activators that have not learned. If you hear somebody say park to park and no call sign, don't work them. Yes, I said that. Do not work them. They'll figure it out where they have to get their call sign recognized. Because, and I don't know if there's sad hams that do it, but they'll sit there and say park to park all day long and never give a call sign because all they're wanting to do is harass the activator. That's me. Maybe I'm being over precaution, but I want to know the call sign for the park to park. And I would respect other activators to do the same thing. If they hear me and I go park to park NC4XL, cool. If I go park to park and they don't know who it is, I do not expect them to pull me through. It's not right. That's an opinion. It's like another part of our anatomy. We all have it. Hunters, you're out there supporting us. It takes you guys and gals to make the contact with us on this band, that band, those bands, those modes. Otherwise, we're going to be driving around all over the state, hunting for the place to find the best tree or best place where we can be out of sight, out of mind, and operate the park and not have somebody ask, are we fishing for aliens or something like that? We have to work together. Activators, again, if you're going to work, and I know what it's like not to have enough contacts to get a park activated. We started 4 years ago. We didn't have the amount of activators. Just so you folks know it, go to Top Activators. Click on it. Go to the very bottom of that page. It's going to say 25,000 plus activators. 4 years ago, we didn't have 25,000 plus activators. So we have more opportunities. Let's bring in something else for the old timers that'll know exactly what I'm talking about. The new guys and gals on the block aren't going to be aware of this. When the solar system decides to change and our activity starts getting less and less and less, what some of us that are used to 100, 200 contacts at an outing might get 40, because the cycle is changing and it doesn't stay peaked all the time. So you got to put that in the back of your head. When we go out as activators, we're trying to get our park accomplished, and then after that, it's fun. Activator is very simple. When you get to your park, don't spot yourself. Go work until you get your park activated with Park to Parks, period. Once you got that done, then go find a frequency that you want to activate on, because your stress level's over with. Now it's just making the contacts. And you run out of a band, you've worked it for an hour and a half, and go find another band, find a clear frequency, spot yourself, and do it again. If you're crazy like me, you might be there 4 hours, 5 hours, doing nothing but making contacts. If you limit yourself to 2 bands, well then manage those 2 bands utilizing the spotting page. Get your park activated, and from there, go forward. Hunters, you can help us activators so very easily. First of all, listen to how we operate, not me. I'm just an old man. Listen to how us activators style is. If they're calling for QRP, turn your radio down and call them QRP. You don't have to hit them with 100 watts or 500 watts or a KW, and don't tell me some of you don't. We are on the other end. We hear it. I've asked some stations, and I won't call them out, and I know what they're running. But really, they didn't need to run what they were running. They just wanted to be in the front of the line. They all have commitments. All of us have commitments. My commitment is to be with you guys and gals and give you the contact, share some fun time. It's not a click on a belt. And enjoy the hobby instead of pushing to have the most. I get whatever God gives me out there. Period. That's all I ask for. I hope that I have not in any way offended anybody. That is not the intent. But many of us activators, if we're not aware of what we're doing possibly not right, we'll keep doing it. And if we're not of the mindset that we can change and or upgrade our style and or improve our self-performance, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I always would like to be better than I was. It gives me something to shoot for. So enough of the bellyache. That's about 15 minutes. I'm getting ready to go in and praise the Lord in church. That's where I find my refill station, so to speak, on Wednesdays and Sundays. That's my choosing. And I am grateful that God has forgiven this old man many years back and have kept me going. In December, it'll be 8 years from cancer, from surgery, and 10 years from a heart attack. So I'm grateful. May God bless one and all. Hopefully I have not offended you. I just want to share from an email that somebody that respects my comments, maybe he or she will hear this and understand we're trying. But from less than 10,000 activators 4 years plus ago to 25,000, the fun is growing all the time. 73s, NC4XL, North Carolina for extreme lovers. I'm not, just Dom, the darling old man. 73s.